Hey everybody, so I wanted to do a summary video of my summer travels on the BDR, and I thought it would be good to show where I started. So it was like late 2017, and I had been motorcycling for like a dozen years, but all on paved roads. And I found this guy's video where he had done part of the TAT on a KLR, and I was just amazed by the things you could get to and the scenery that you could see on this type of trip. So I thought this is something I gotta go do. I gotta this summer take a month. I'm gonna go to Colorado and I'm gonna join up with the TAT and see what this is all about. So I'll drop a link to this video in the description. You should watch it if you haven't seen it. But so the first thing I thought to do was I need a motorcycle. So I went and I bought a KTM 530 EXC. So this is just a bike I found on Craigslist. It was like well set up. It had, you know, handguards, steering damper, skid plate, a larger tank, although I did put a bigger tank on it. And I just started to go through it because, you know, there's some oil pump upgrades and there was a case venting issue, and just clean it up and sort of learn about what was there. And then I did a couple small camping trips after that. I got some luggage, and mostly I carried like tools in the side bags, tools and tubes and stuff. And I went and did a little camping and just to see how I liked camping off the motorcycle. And the thing I decided is, like, I didn't really want to camp on the TAT. You had to carry more gear. It was more time to set up and tear down. You know, if you wanted to be able to cook at a campsite, you had to carry all the cooking and camping gear and stuff. And I just really wanted to go like super lightweight. So what I decided to do was not camp. I would just take a backpack with my personal stuff and stay in motels along the way. And I think that worked really well. It let me just easily travel, check into a hotel, get a shower, find something to eat in town, and really just like spend my day motorcycling and not camping, which was I had done a bunch of motorcycle camping. I was mostly interested in riding the trails. So then in the summer of 2018, I think it was July 4th, I actually flew to Denver, and I shipped the bike out to Denver before that. So I joined up with a bike, and then I started riding the TAT just south of Colorado Springs. And every color here is like a day. But I did the Alpine Loop. I went through the mountains. I came down into western Colorado where it sort of flattens out, and it's just like forest trails. And then you drop down into Moab and Utah, and super cool riding there, slot canyons and red sandstone and everything. And you work your way across Utah to the Nevada border. You ride the Nevada border up around the Great Salt Lake, and then I needed tires, so I went to Salt Lake City. And then from there I headed up into Idaho before I eventually broke down and had to come home a little early, but I got 2 to 3 weeks of really great riding in and sort of cut my teeth on the sport, so to speak. I got a lot more experience riding. I did, you know, probably, I forget how many, I did like 2,000 miles. So I did like almost 100 hours on the bike, riding in varied conditions. And I dropped the bike a lot, so I was glad I had a really lightweight machine that I could easily pick up. And just the pictures I took, particularly in Colorado, were just amazing. Like on the passes, super great views and super fun getting there, super fun getting down, like learning how to ride that terrain. I had, you know, I had invested a little bit in sort of riding gear. I had good boots, I had pants with armor, I had chest and back protection, I had forearm and elbow guards, so I was protected well enough. You know, when I went down, I didn't hurt myself. You know, I would get some scratches and some bruises, but I would survive it, and it wouldn't be a trip-ending sort of experience. But otherwise, I just went really light and had a great time riding, and it was like one of the best things I ever decided to go do. So I knew at the end of this trip, this is something I wanted to do more of, and I decided to, when I got home, to try to plan another trip. So in the next video, I'll talk about learning about the BDR and planning my summer BDR trip that I just finished this year.